guess we're providing a platform for our community and our young people to just to articulate their stories. Our role in that really, we've just been we've just facilitated the whole the conversation. We've opened up that safe space, hopefully, for young people and also our families to have a conversation, and that really sort of came about because we just felt there was something missing with our programs, with our service, that we've become so, I guess, compliance and KPIs driven that there was something missing. And I guess that's where the MYSTORY really sort of came about, was to create that safe space to have a meaningful, I guess, conversations with our families and our young people.
I think it's a great opportunity that all our children will really benefit from. I think this initiative with the Pacifica focus in Otara, I welcome it. On anything that we can do to get children to talk and to share and to be part of a wider community where others are making themselves vulnerable, I think it's a real step forward. I mean, the dark side of New Zealand we know too much about. The 5th highest rate of sexual abuse in the world, 2nd highest rate of reported bullying, highest rate of youth suicide. There's that dark side to New Zealand that I think exists too much, and I think talking about it is a good step. I think MYSTORY will certainly be a step in the right direction there.
You don't get stronger unless you know your weakness. So without confessing or bringing your suffer or your struggle out of the ground and planting it on top, it won't be able to grow. So for me, being able to share my story, it helped me plant my seed and it helped me grow. So now I'm like, it helps you build your confidence and it helps you understand not only about yourself, but also building relationship with other people. And yeah, that relationships have a big effect on you later on in your life.
You have to be able to know the person you're talking to. You have to be able to really, make a connection with them first, because there's a quote that says, no one cares what you know until they know that you care. And I think building those relationships first is a good way to reach out to them. And I think that's probably, for me, as a starting point, caring for others and being genuine with them is a great starting point to obviously offering MYSTORY to them.
It was like school made us look like we're in a box. Combined with what our family teaches us, it makes it hard to tell a story. Most of the stories that we have to tell is like about, okay, look, our family was poor, blah, blah, blah. That's it, but where's our true story? Like, that's what I think the program is about, is like expressing our true stories of how we had to face challenges, not only being Pacifica, not only being Rainbow Community, but also being at an all-boys school and Christian families. Like, there's so much like that has been shoved into us that has made us think we're in a box. So MYSTORY lets us come out of there and express like what we really are, and as dealers as well.
We got contacted by SouthSeas Healthcare Trust just to say, look, things are happening in the community for our young people, but there's no solutions out there, or no solutions that were coming from young people. So they called together a group of people, like-minded people in the community, just to say this is happening and what's happening for you, and can we come together and put together a collective solution. And so in May it did happen quite fast. We went from end of May, from a conversation to a full-blown framework by the end of October. So it was quite a robust framework, what we felt, because it went through a lot of things, a lot of people and a lot of feedback, but Essentially, the whole time we've always ensured that we've had young people involved every step of the way.
I am part of the working group of the MYSTORY and have been in the discussion since its inception. A group of people that, are really striving to make a difference in servicing our young people better than us focusing on our specialty, which is youth and fitness, health, wellbeing and fitness. And so this was identified as a need because even though we were servicing them through the health and fitness, there was also something more that our young people were struggling with, and that was their voice and encountering some issues that they couldn't bring to the table. And so that's where MYSTORY came in, and it's still in development.
Would say is let's recapture there a family meal table. Let's have a MYSTORY around the family table. That'd be a good start. I think honesty, openness, support, shared stories. I think start in the family context. We've got to be safe to be able to do that in our families. But MYSTORY has a community outreach to encourage children and young people to share their own deep inner journey. I think terrific. Let's encourage it, let's embrace it, let's welcome it.
We have a big vision for MYSTORY. It's not a project that we're going to work on for 6 months, but the idea is that this tool, this framework is going to really make some social movements. We're looking at mobilising our communities who are not currently engaging with the system. So our view of this is that this is going to be a long-term program or a framework that we're looking at really. Like I said before, there's something missing with our service, and we believe that between the MYSTORY framework, that is going to create that social movement amongst our young people and communities, but also I think it's going to help us solve the issues that we've been facing for the last 20 or 30 years.